Hello children, good morning. Welcome for your today's biology class. So today we are going to study the evolution chapter. So mainly we are going to focus upon theory of natural selection. So it is a theory proposed by Charles Darwin. It states that organic evolution occurs through natural selection and accumulation of small variations. So already we studied the variations, it always occurs in nature, and the nature favors the best variations, means the best adaptations are being selected by the nature. So let us study natural selection. So Charles Darwin made a sea voyage round the world in a sail ship named HMS Beagle. He concluded the following observations. The existing living organisms share similarities to varying degrees not only among themselves but also with the life forms that existed millions of years ago. There has been gradual evolution of life forms and there had been extinctions also. Dinosaurs and all, once upon a time they lived, now it is not existing. So that is extinctions also. The organisms they survived once upon a time, now they are not there. All populations has variations in characteristics. In human population, just you take everybody, they are having their own likes, dislikes, and variations are there also. Even siblings also, when you see brothers and sisters, also they will show some variations. So all populations they show variations in characteristics. So the individuals who survive better in the natural conditions increases in number to those who are less adapted under the same natural conditions. Okay, so the nature favors the best organism which are showing best adaptations. The survival of fittest is mainly due to the reproductive fitness, and such organisms they leave more progeny than others. So the organisms which are selected and the best adapted organisms, they are the fit organisms to survive and they tend to increase their number. These organisms are selected by nature and they survive and they increase their population size. So branching descent and natural selection are the two key concepts of Darwin's theory of evolution. This one, children, being asked repeatedly in 1 mark question. So branching descent and the natural selection, they are the two key concepts. So what are the two key concepts of Darwin's theory of evolution? That is branching descent and natural selection. So the rate of appearance of new forms, it is related to the life cycle or lifespan of the organism, because lifespan it vary from organism to organism. Some they can live more time and some they live for less time. Some organisms they live for few days, some organisms they live for more years. So it vary from organism to organism. So the survival of the fittest organism has a genetic basis for getting selected and evolve. Okay. Now let us see the examples of natural selection. Industrial melanism. This is repeatedly asked question in board exam. It can be asked in 3 marks or 5 marks. So before industrial revolution in England, it was observed that most of the moths were white colored or dull grey winged before industrial revolution. So they were present on the trees. So when the tree it was used to be covered by lichens. So when the moth they used to sit upon the tree, the predators they won't be able to find out, because these white colored moth or dull grey winged moth they camouflage with the lichen which are upon the tree. So that's why they have been saved from predating. So next one, so after industrialization, more dark winged moths they were seen. So before industrial revolution, white colored or grey winged. After industrial revolution, dark winged moths were there in the same area itself. So why is it like that? So why? Because this is due to the fact that during industrialization, the soot it is being covered, it was covering the trees. So because of that, the melanic moths it was camouflaging, because as it is dark colored, it was camouflaging with the environment, and the predators So they could not find out. See here in the diagram. So before industrial, the first diagram, no, it is the white colored or gray colored moths, no. So when they sit upon the tree, they were not able to find out. See here. So you are not able to find out. It is being camouflaging. So because of that, the predators, they could not pick out, and they increased in number, and the predators easily they are able to find out this black colored moths, and they ate the moths and all. And after during industrial revolution, no, you see here the bark, it has become dark colored. So because of that, when the dark colored moth sit upon this, it is camouflaging, but the white colored moth, it will be easily eaten by the predators. So like that, actually in nature, both moths, no, both type of moth, black and the white, both the gray winged or white and the black, all of them, they were present in the nature. But so according to the surrounding, so what type of surrounding is that? The predators, here it is acting like, no, so the natural, they are selecting the moth, because as they are the black moth, it was eaten away, being eaten away by the predators before industrial revolution. So then after industrial revolution, the white colored moth, it was eaten by the predators. So that's why the black colored moth, it was favored by the nature. Okay, so then according to the nature, the individuals which are showing better adapted, they survive and they reproduce in large number and increase in their population. So now let us see the steps. Mainly the 7 steps are there in natural selection. First is overproduction. All organisms, they tend to produce more organisms because they want to survive better. So that's why they produce more, starting from bacteria to higher animal, all of them they multiply and they try to establish themselves. But all they are not able to survive. Why? Because they show some variations. There are some each and every animal, no, the animals of the same species also, they are different. They show variations. And in the environment, no, both changes are there. Physical changes also there, biological changes also there. There is food, predators. We studied in this industrial melanism, the predators, and they were the biological changes in the environment. So here it can be physical, water, oxygen, temperature, it can be that also. So there will be struggle among the organisms, struggle for existence, for competition of food, shelter, for all there will be competition. So among that, the fit organism which are showing better adapted, they will be selected, they will be survive longer and they will produce more offspring. That you call that as survival of the fittest. And if the variations are there in the genes, it can be inherited from one generation to another generation. It is passed to the offspring. Then it results in the formation of new species, and that will be better adapted and they will multiply in number. Okay, so and maybe the new species arise, no, they will become entirely new and they cannot produce with the original species also, because they are showing modification in the genes. So when there is when the organisms, they are not able to reproduce under natural conditions, so you call them as new species. When they are not able to reproduce with the original species, then now we can tell the new species originated. Okay, so these are the 7 steps in natural selection: overpopulation, that is overproduction; variation, changes in the environment; struggle for existence; survival of the fittest; inheritance of the selected variations; then the origin of new species. Okay, these are the different steps in natural selection. So children, by heart these different steps. It is simply like story only. You can write all the steps, and sometime what do they ask? So they will ask the related to how the industrial melanism is related to natural selection. Then you can write this 7 step. Along with that, you can compare the industrial melanism and you can write. Next one, resistance to chemicals. When you see, now we ourselves, we are also doing the selection unknowingly. We are using the herbicides, pesticides, insecticides. So why do we use this? To kill the pests, because they are affecting our food crops and all. So if you are using continuously, it can result in the resistant varieties of organisms, resistant varieties of pests and all. So for example, the DDT resistance in mosquitoes. Okay, so when sometimes more antibiotic resistant varieties in the disease causing bacteria. So when you take particular antibiotic for longer time, then the bacteria will become that resistant for that antibiotic, and if you are taking the antibiotic once again, they won't respond at all. So that type, that you call that as anthropogenic action. Actually pesticides and this antibiotic mainly due to human being only we are using that. So we only discovered and we are only imposing upon the nature. So this type of selection you call that as anthropogenic selection. Okay, and this process is called stochastic process. Okay children, so you study the natural selection thoroughly. It can be actually what I taught, industrial melanism, it can be asked separately, or this resistance to chemicals what we studied now, it can be asked in 2 marks or 3 marks like that. And sometimes they ask what is anthropogenic selection, how the anthropogenic action they are affecting the nature, they can ask like that. So accordingly you can answer in the exams. Okay children, so still if you are having any doubts, you can contact me. Thank you children.